Colby, you know what I have planned for tonight?
No, Barry, what's that?
Just a quiet night with the boys. It doesn't. That doesn't sound right. I think only girls could say, "Ooh, quiet night with the girl."
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches It. Welcome to the fourth movie of Halloween month. And surprise though, did you know this? We have 5 Sundays for Halloween.
What?
So we get an extra
bonus horror movie.
And for at least the fifth one, that one has to be super. I gotta find something that's super Halloween.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Like over the top Halloween.
Yeah, it's like the day before Halloween. So you gotta do that. But today we're talking about a movie from across the pond. That's a terrible one. I was trying to find it.
From across the pond.
Yeah. I was trying to find it, but I was like, why is this? Almost came out like a mix of like Jamaican and so. And I was like, in my head, I was like, speaking the Deutsch. And I was like, what is going on in my head right now? And then the Barbie, I was like, that's the other pun.
Yep.
Oh man, before we tell you guys what movie we're doing, let me go ahead and Dr. Seuss you a little something.
Skirt.
There's monsters in the closet. There's monsters near the window. I bet Sophie's dad didn't know that this night he'd become a widow. When Sophie's mom reads her a bedtime story, she didn't know that it would end all gory. And on her 18th birthday, she throws a soiree. And it seems like everything won't be okay. Let's go ahead and find out what happens in 2018's movie Book of Monsters.
Dum, dum, dum.
Oh man. Sorry. This movie, it's, before we get into like talking about the movie, it has I just want to say I do have one small issue with it, and it's like it takes itself a little too serious. I wanted there to be more ham.
Yeah, I could see what you're. Yeah,
because I like, you could, as you watch this movie, you can tell there's like definitely like hints of Evil Dead 2.
Yes,
very much so, like with the acting.
Yep.
All that stuff.
I totally felt that as well.
But then I felt like they play, like, you gotta Bruce Campbell it up and get more over the top than what's happening.
Right. Yes. So I didn't even really notice, like you said, like that it took itself too serious. But yeah, once you said that, yes.
Yeah.
They just needed like 2 people to just be extra.
Yeah. And they almost had that.
Almost.
With a couple characters.
The one that did guy was like the first guy I killed.
Yeah. But before we get more deep into what we thought about the movie, let's actually talk about the movie, right?
Yeah.
So this movie starts off with a little girl getting told a bedtime story.
Yes.
And she's getting told it by, like, it looks like a freaking Necronomicon.
Right, definitely not something you're reading to a 12-year-old.
Or if you guys are Supernatural fans, it looks like a hunter's journal. Right? Mm-hmm. It's leather bound.
Right.
The pages are all yellowed and
it's got a
brittle.
Not a swastika. It's got a
what's it called? A
pentagram on the cover. Yeah.
Every time I hear pentagram, all I could hear in my head is the mayor from Book of Shadows, Blair Witch. They had his body shaped carved up in the shape of a pentagram.
A pentagram.
There ain't no goddamn Blair Witch. I actually love that movie, even though it was like, even though the studio really fucked it up with the vision.
Right.
Oh, that guy was like, I love like over the top
Yeah.
almost cartoonish, right? But yeah, no, she's like telling the daughter this story about a hunter who was like, oh, and then this hunter knew that everything can be killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very what is that quote? If it bleeds, it can die. Where's that from? Is that like a Predator? I think it's Predator.
Yes, I think so. Yep.
It's Arnold, right? Oh man, and she kind of tells the story like almost like half-heartedly. I was like, I wanted to know more. I thought it'd been really cool to like get some exposition in the form of like telling this child a story.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, but she's like, oh, and then she kills it. Oh.
Right. That's what the end. The answer is dead. Book slam.
Yeah.
Go to bed.
But I guess, you know, I'm pretty sure parents have probably fast-forwarded stories.
Yes.
Like, it's time for me and your mom to have some wine. So, Humpty Dumpty, and he fell, and then he broke. Good night. But as the mother tries to go away, she starts to hear little chitterings underneath the bed.
Right. Yep.
And the mom already has like a knife. She's like, it seems like the mom is well prepared.
Yeah.
For something. And then so she looks underneath, but then like the daughter's like, what is taking you so long, Mom?
Right, because there seems to be a very large space under that bed.
See, this is why I like my beds just on the floor. Lets the girl know that there's no monsters underneath the bed, and I fuck. Now, you know on TikTok they always say like, you know, you're gonna get good dick if his bed is on the floor. No, but no, like so.
See, I'm a generation before, and I was always like, "Yeah, you're never gonna get laid if you don't have a bed frame."
You see,
if they walk in, they see your bed's on the floor, they're just gonna turn around and leave.
But see, it depends, right? If you make it look presentable, it's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cute.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're like, oh, this is like Asian. It's supposed to be low bed, right?
But if you have a bed on the floor with like no bed covers,
that's true. Yeah, just a mattress and like a blanket that's the wrong size. Yeah.
You guys,
pillow with no case.
And it has like the stains.
It's got the brown side, the white side. Yeah.
Fellas, listen. If you're gonna have your bed on the floor, go on Pinterest. And look for look at shit to make it look presentable.
Right. Yep.
Because then it looks like, ooh, that's so comfy. It's almost like, you know, when you set like comforters on the floor for like a overnight.
Right.
It's like that, right? Make it look presentable, fellas, and then give them that good meat, you know. But no, the daughter's like, what's taking Mom so long? So she looks underneath, and then the mom scarring this daughter for life.
Right.
You know, she tries to crawl out in almost like very like Pennywise fashion, and
sucked right back under.
And sucked right back under, and then this almost like a xenomorph looking thing is like, and then we wake up to her.
It's so the thing comes out, and I hate to say it, I love practical effects, and like there's no computer animation. It didn't touch this movie.
Yeah.
Like I feel like but like the costume was like a well done Power Rangers villain.
That's what I was gonna say. It's exactly what I was gonna say. Very much so. Like when Zed comes. Oh wait. Yeah, the costuming for this movie is pretty funny. Later on, you do see other creatures, and they kind of look like the creatures from The Village.
Yes. Yep.
Which, you know, I guess you really can't harp on that too bad, just because, well, you know, you got to remember the Deadites. It was just like pale makeup at the beginning. True.
Yeah. This is low budget.
Yeah.
So I'm not complaining about it. I thought it was a super cool costume.
The way like it introduced that creature too, it almost felt like a very Power Rangers like scene. They're like shaking the camera back and forth, and it's like doing it menacingly. But then like we find out it's actually a nightmare that this girl has, Sophie.
Right.
So it's funny, right? The actresses in this movie, just everybody in this movie, none of them look like they should be in high school. Everyone looks like 21 Jump Street.
Yes, yeah.
They all look like Jonah Hill. Like, they're just very much older. You know, and it's fine because this movie is like an indie project. Right? It feels a little bit above a YouTube project.
Right.
But right underneath sci-fi.
Yeah, this is somebody's like film school like final exam.
Oh. All right. Didn't they say that it's always easy to do like horror films for like final exam film stuff? It's just like the cost is kind of low, right?
Yeah.
Right. And it's it's funny. It's probably better now just because everyone likes more atmospheric horror. You know, less Evil Dead, more atmosphere.
Yeah.
But no, so we wake up, we go to school, we find out a little bit of the characters that are gonna come to her birthday party later on in the movie. But we find out that our main character, Sophie, she's gay.
Yep.
Because she's crushing on one of the girls. I think her name is Jessica.
Yeah.
But then Jessica's friend and her friend and her friend's boyfriend are like complete twats.
Right. And she's kind of got that torn between like, do I want to be with the cool kids or do I want to be with the girl who's crushing on me?
But it doesn't even seem like cool kids because they're only hanging out. She's only really hanging out with that couple.
Yeah.
And that girl,
the mean girls.
Yeah, that girl definitely looks like she should be someone's guidance counselor. But no, they hand out some posters or flyers for the party. It's like I like the way that they put the poster together. It's kind of like almost like a classic looking janky party flyer.
Right. Yep. That's a very like when I was in high school. That's how like a party flyer would look.
It looks like a murderer put it together. It's like cutouts from magazines.
Yep. Her face is on top of a body with like a bathing suit, but it's obviously not her.
And so, what's it called? The friends, Sophie, Mona, and gosh, what is the goth looking girl? What was her name for this movie? Beth. A very goth name, I guess. No, they go home and it looks very sweet because the dad sets up like this party, but it's a 6-year-old's party.
Yeah.
But like if you figure like the mom's been dead since she was like 6.
Right.
The dad, you got to give it to the dad. He's trying his best.
Right. Exactly. Yep. He's like, got a little cake, some sodas out there for you and your friends. And some balloons on the wall.
But like she looks a little annoyed, like as a teenager probably would.
Right.
I think
exactly.
If I ever have kids, if I ever have a daughter, I'm like, here's $300. Go do whatever. Just don't call me.
Yeah.
No matter how drunk and fucked up you are. Because, like, it's, because in my head, I'm like, I know how I was at that age. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to try to throw you anything. I'm hoping, if I ever have a kid, I'm hoping she's just like a nerdy chick that just wants to have, like, dinner somewhere with her friends. Like, that's, like, what I pray for. But I always think about the girl version of myself, and I was like, oh, if I have a daughter, she's going to be a slut. She's going to be such a slut. Oh man, but no, so but the dad comes he comes to upstairs to her room and he's like, hey guys, can I have a moment with my daughter? And he gives her the book, the Hunter's Journal, which I feel like it is. We do find out later on,
right?
That the mom is. Well, I guess you can surmise that she was already ready to try to fight whatever was underneath the bed.
Yeah.
And he just tries to talk to his daughter. He's like, hey, like, I know you miss your mom. I miss her too, but and I'm trying. So like, tell me what you want.
There's like a weird like disconnect because like you find out a little bit later more about mom, but then like dad is 100% clueless to no, your mom didn't get killed by a monster. She just fell and ended up chopped up under the bed. I don't know what like I'm gonna give you your mom's like journal
yeah.
But I'm not gonna like be like your mom used to think she was a monster hunter, even though she could have been psychotic. Like
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, like it's again, if you guys are huge fans of Supernatural, you can totally see that being the case, because in Supernatural, like the main character's dad didn't know that their mother was from a hunting family. Because then she ended up pinned up on the ceiling in flames. And he's like, "What the hell is going on?" He's from Kentucky. I think that's my Kentucky voice.
Okay.
It's a Negan from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so I can totally see that happening. But yeah, the dad seems pretty clueless, but he seems like a sweet guy, you know? And he's just like, he's like, all right, I know you guys don't want your boring old dad around. So I don't know where he goes. I was like, maybe he's going to work or he's going to the pub.
He brings like a little suitcase with him, so.
Oh. So maybe he's just like, you girls have the run of the house for the night.
Yeah.
And and he's leaving. He's like, don't do anything bad. And of course, come on, Dad.
Make sure you have fun, but be in bed by midnight.
Oh. And they're like, yeah, but they're like, as soon as they do that, we almost go into like a very Shaun of the Dead type of cut right here, because they like bring out all the drinks and then they start partying, but then like it cuts to them just like. Nobody's come to the party.
Right, it's 11 o'clock and no one's there yet.
Oh my god, was it 11?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been so depressed. I would have just been like, fuck it, let's just get drunk, whatever. That's so sad. I mean, I guess, parties, you really don't start till like 10:30, 11.
Right.
You know what I mean? But then like the what's it called? The mean girl, she like calls like a whole bunch of people. And like she even arranges a stripper.
Yeah, so they show up for the party, and she's like saying to her friend, she's like, I don't know, do these people even go to our school? And there's guys like walking in with like full beards and stuff, and she's like, just relax. Yeah. You're 18 now. You're just gonna have fun.
Yeah, Mona's like, I'm gonna go sit on that dude's face. But like Sophie, she's kind of like uptight. Like she's a little uptight about things. She's cleaning as the party's going on.
Right. Yep.
And then like the mean girl's boyfriend like throws or splashes her with water. And they're like, oh, that was a mistake. I was like, oh my god.
Right, yeah. I was like, somebody kick him in the dick, man.
Punch his dick.
Yeah, you need a bouncer. Throw him out.
Yeah, just give him a good old dick twist. We got introduced. You remember the meme?
Punch him in the
dick. We do get introduced to another character named Gary. But he almost seems like sort of just the butt end of the joke.
Right.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Because I think he's the only one that actually brings a gift.
Yes. Yep.
And I was like, Gary's a sweet guy. Beth, the emo or the goth chick, is super into Gary. He's like, oh. It's so funny. Like, it's so funny when you see a goth girl and then a goth girl's boyfriend. And he's like a golden retriever type of guy.
It almost always is like that. Like even in real life. Like
I know. I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
I want to be a goth girl's golden retriever boyfriend. Are you hungry? You want to make you food? Oh man, but yeah, and so she does dip from the party, and then Jessica sees it, and they go upstairs, and she goes upstairs to like meet him up. But we do have a girl in a red dress come in.
Right.
Definitely does not look like they go to a school.
Oh yeah.
But that she looks for like the fattest, nerdiest dude.
Right. She goes and sniffs everybody.
Yeah, that was. Get away from me.
And then she sniffs the fat nerdy guy, and
he's in a Hawaiian shirt.
He's like, oh, I did have 2 plates of curry yesterday.
Yeah. Oh,
and she's like, you come with me.
Oh my gosh, she must be into Indian cuisine. Yeah, I was like, oh, why did it have to be the guy in the Hawaiian shirt? Hawaiian shirts are just so comfy. It screams like I'm on vacation.
Right, that's why I wear them often.
So like yeah, she ends up taking the guy up to Sophie's bedroom,
Right.
and Jess is like, "Oh, I have the number for a good cleaner, or like a good dry
Right,
cleaner."
yeah, because she's like, "Stop, that's my bedroom," and they just walk in and close the door.
And she says like, "Why for the sheets?" God, that I could never understand. I was like, I've always seen it like in movies where they have house parties and then they're like people are just doing it in other people's beds.
Right. Only the first. Huh? I said only if you're the first one. That's a clean bed. Let's use it. After you walk in and that bed's already messy, you're just like, nope.
Yeah.
No rolling around somebody else's juices.
Oh my god, it stuck to my back. But no, and so the party sort of does keep going on. The mean girl sets Sophie up for a trap for a stripper because she's like, the police are here, and then it's a strippergram. The Hawaiian shirt guy is slowly becoming a part of a ritual that he doesn't know he's a part of.
Right.
Because she finds the book and she's like on top of this guy straddling him. And he's like, "Oh, I'm a virgin.
I've never even kissed a girl."
And she's like, "Yeah, I know." And she's flipping through this book, and then she flips to a book where it's like the pentagram and all that stuff. And then so like she's like, "Oh, this is the place." And he's like, "Oh, I like to read.
Right.
I love fantasy.
I love fantasy novels."
And so like she like rips his shirt off. She rips hers off. Funny cut, because then once she rips it, it goes to the stripper guy. I was like, ugh, gross.
Oh, you're right. That was a good fake out.
Transition.
Yeah, because you were like, boobs? Oh, those are furry man boobs.
Mona does end up stopping the whole stripper thing because she gets mad at Jessica too because she's like, I thought you were fucking different. I guess you're just like your fucking friends.
Right, yeah.
You know, because that whole situation is going on. And while the argument's going on upstairs, he is becoming a sacrifice to this ritual because she bites him on the neck to get some of his blood.
Right.
And then she starts like, at first I thought she was just going to like scratch up his chest. But she ends up carving into him.
Right, and that was actually really good effects.
Yeah,
he should have been a little more like
aware.
Yeah,
but you know, I was like thinking about it in my head, like, I don't know if I'd let it go that far, but like, you know, you're scratching me up a lot harder than I'd like you to. But I'm like, if I was a virgin, I'd be like,
right at that age, he looked like he was like 25.
But like specking that he's probably like 17, 18. Yeah, I would be like, oh, okay.
Right, especially a little bit older, a little more experienced woman.
Yeah, you know, you're like, oh, I guess this is just sex now.
This is how I like it from now on. Yep.
It is. Oh man, I remember my first time and it was not like the greatest. But I think for me, I was like, all right, I'm over it. Like I'm not as like nervous,
right? You know, oh yeah,
and all that stuff. But the first time, you're just like, hey, you could do whatever.
Yep.
Oh man, but yeah, no, and then she ends up like transforming on top of him, and just absolutely obliterates this kid, and all the blood.
Little pieces of her face start like falling off.
Yeah,
and, it's like
he starts ripping off the skin off her.
Scaly green underneath. Yeah.
Oh, it's pretty disgusting and pretty well done. Very very John Carpenter's The Thing kind of practical effects, which is great. You know, good for them. And then he bleeds all over the book. Yeah. And then this is where like things start to happen downstairs. It's like a huge commotion. Right. And then the door is like someone's knocking on a door and you're like, oh my God, what is it? And it's just like
the lights are flickering.
Yeah. And it's just a fat drunk guy and he's like, I'm here for the party. And you're like, oh, that was a fake out. Nope, never mind. Because then this thing from the village comes out. And rips him in half. Like it looked exactly like the scene from what's it called? James Gunn's Suicide Squad when King Shark ripped that. not as like CG. That was a really well done CG scene though. Where King Shark rips that dude apart. But it was still like almost like it was like beautifully done Evil Dead style. Where the guts like it is absolute chaos.
Yeah, and then thing just comes in and just
Starts massacring people.
right. Yeah.
Oh my God.
All the people that are at the party that you were not introduced to.
Yeah.
All die here.
Yeah. The mean girl ends up going locking herself into the kitchen with stripper guy.
With the stripper, yep.
But then she locks out her boyfriend enough so that she closes the door on his fingers and they chop off.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. And then the monster friggin' what was it? Squeezes that dude's head off.
Yep.
It's weird. Like this middle scene, it's really gory. And this is where I'm having like the issues with it. It's like having these lulls.
Right, yeah.
Because like everyone's kind of like just hiding behind, like two girls are hiding behind the couch. Everyone's like, I don't know why, because they had enough time to escape. Everyone had time to escape.
Yeah.
Like the sense of urgency was so weird to me. And I think that's why I was kind of like, ugh.
Right. There's a little shock after the first person gets killed, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
But by the time the second person is being killed, that's gotta snap in your brain and be like, danger, fight or flight.
100%. The first person dies, I'm out. I don't even care about anybody else. I'm like, I'm gunning it. I am out.
Feet, do your duty.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Like I see a guy get ripped in half, I'm like, I don't even Irish exit. I'm out of there. Yeah, because so they get split up. It's Sophie and Beth behind the couch.
Right.
While I guess maybe this monster has killed enough to just start eating. Maybe that's what he's doing. Mona and Jess end up going upstairs, and then Gary and just party goers leave out the door.
Right.
And so, Beth and Sophie are trapped downstairs with the monster behind the couch. Mona and Jess go upstairs, and then they get trapped by the virgin guy.
Right.
And you're like, whoa, what is going on?
Yeah, because he's all like, his shirt is buttoned, and he's all like looking good.
Yeah.
And girl in red is gone.
Yeah. And he like super creepy because then like we gotta call the cops. He's no, don't call the cops.
I already did. It's fine.
Oh yeah, he's like, you weren't even there. So I heard the commotion, and then he's like, oh man, we gotta be safe in here. And so they lock from the inside.
Right. Yep.
And they're like, what are you doing? He's like, I want to call the cops, and he slaps it out of her, and then we see the body of a virgin guy underneath the bed.
Yeah.
Jess gets knocked out by a virgin guy. And then Mona's like, what are you doing? And then we do find out it is
a shapeshifter. A
changeling, a skinwalker, you know, and those ilk. And Mona, another thing is like the action is kind of dull. Like it was like, that's where you have to sell it. Like if you don't have like a fight choreographer or anything like that, you have to sell it with like your camera angles.
Yeah.
More motion, just because like the action in here, this is where the movie kind of dulls out for me. It's pretty bad. Sound design is kind of bad because Mona is fighting with the shapeshifter, but it kind of just looks like two girls that don't know how to fight are fighting.
Right. I thought you got pull the camera out so you're like through like. You could just see the shadow of them fighting through like the window or something like that, and you could just have like or
just have fun with it, you know, like there could have been times where like you could have done a POV fight where like the shapeshifter is like kind of struggling with the camera to make it look like she's fighting. Right. Those are the parts where you really got to get creative, you know. You got to not show your budget. Right. You know. But Mona ends up getting knocked out by the shapeshifter after it shapeshifts into Mona. Yes. Right? Downstairs, outside, Gary gets separated from the party goers. They all end up dying.
Right, because there's the monster who is like a zombie in a old plague.
Yeah, the plague mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has like scythes and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like Gary, I was like, where are you guys running to? Like, but Gary ends up, I think he wants to go back. He's just trying to distract them. I don't know really what's going on with his character, so that's like another. They had to pad the runtime because this movie's only an hour and 20. Right. Yeah. But yeah, no. All of his party ends up dying, and he ends up coming back later. But in the kitchen is where it gets interesting because Play Guy does. He like births these worms.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then what's it called? what's it called? Oh, what's her name? Friggin' Mean Girl and Stripper Guy are trying to hatch plans. Mean Girl calls the cops, but she's like, "We're getting robbed. Oh no!" And the Stripper Guy's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "You think they're gonna come if I say monsters are killing us?" Which I was like, "Okay, that's smart."
That is, yeah.
That's probably the best thing that girl said this whole movie. Did she? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Did she? She ended up dying, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Justice. But they get heard by the monster in the living room. So they're fighting off the monster. Sophie realizes that she recognizes that creature, and she's like, "It has a weak spot. My mom used to read me this book that of monsters." And the goth girl's like, "Oh, I want to read the book." I am the sun. I am everything. It's so bad that every goth girl I see is just like, oh, it's like the Craft. I think that's where it's like almost like a kink at this point. I want a goth girl because I want someone from the Craft. Ooh, Nev Campbell from the Craft.
Do spells, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, do spells. Yeah, I'm not light as a feather, but I'm definitely stiff as. Oh man, you know what I'm talking about. Like for your generation, I'd probably say it's a Leia in the what's it called, the bikini costume, right?
Yeah.
That was a definite thing for you guys. They even did an episode of it on Friends. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
No, so Sophie's like, I know how to kill it and all that stuff, and then in the kitchen they're getting they're getting attacked by these gnomes that those worms had swallowed up.
Yes, the worms ate some gnomes, and then there's a little dog door.
Yeah,
and so they
but no dog.
They crawl in through the dog door, and then they basically birth living evil gnomes.
So they attacked. That was the stripper guy kills one by like hitting it with a dildo.
Right. So that's the part that like got fun because they cheesed it up and you know
exactly. You know, they set it on fire, put it into the microwave, and it's like, yeah, fucking fry, bitch. Yeah, like the stripper guy who I don't think did he make it? No. He did not make it. He was like sort of like the Bruce Campbell-ish kind of character. Yeah. Very hammy. And his parts really worked for me. Because I'm like, I need you to know what you are. Right. Yep. This movie, it's fun but then it also has like all these like identities. And I'm like, no, your identity has to be that stripper guy. Ham it up.
Right. Besides like the main girl, like, yeah, he's probably the person that like without any background story you get to know the most about.
Yeah, he becomes Ash.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I used to strip for money, but now I hunt monsters.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm not fighting monsters. You paid me to show her a good time and to full frontal. I did nothing about monsters.
Oh yeah, because it definitely. Oh my god, if this movie had turned out with him being the main character, oh, it would have been so good. It would have been such a freaking Evil Dead situation. Because like watching Evil Dead, you're like you didn't know that Bruce Campbell was going to end up being the only one alive left. Right. He definitely almost felt like a side character. Yeah. Until you get to the middle of the movie. But no. So what's it called? Sophie's able to. Beth is able to distract the monster to kill it from like its little eye hole thing. Whatever. I don't know. Like a golem has a core, but the core looks so gross. It was like a pus.
Yeah. Big.
Abscess.
Yeah.
But it does end up dying. Mona ends up helping Jess, and Mona's like, "Oh, don't worry, I threw it out of the window." So we already know. Right. We already know. You see, like that's another thing too. Is like you should have left that fight more ambiguous, so we don't know. Right. But they all the cops do end up coming, but the cops are like making jokes like, well, not joke, but the cop is trying to freak out his rookie partner.
Right. He's like, oh my God, I've been to this house before. There was a murder. You know, it's the daughter said it was the boogeyman. He's trying to make it all scary.
The wife was chopped up underneath the daughter's bed. Very urban legend almost.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's like, thank God you didn't turn on the light situation, right? But the cop ends up going out, and then the cop gets murdered by the plague doctor. It's super gory. It's funny. They just use red paint.
Right. Dump it on the windshield.
Not even corn syrup or whatever. And then
it's a cool because they shine the light through the red, so then everything in the car's all like
red.
It was a pretty decent shot.
Yeah, because like they end up trapping the other cop in there and then exploding the car.
Yeah,
and then they're watching it through the window, and I think this is the only CG part in the movie, and because then like they show the explosion through like the people in the house see the explosion through the thing, right? And this is like, I mean, you already know that Mona is evil, but then this is where you definitely know she's evil because she's like smiling,
right? Yeah.
And they're kind of like freaking out, and they're trying to figure it out. Beth like takes the book, and she starts going through it. She's like she's figuring it out. She's deciphering it, you know?
Right, and then they see that there's the page that is like all covered in blood. That says like "Do not translate."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Hey, some of the notes in the margins are like my mom's handwriting." I'm not sure you'd really remember that many years later, but
All right.
probably.
I mean, you figure it's your mom's book, and you're just
And then there's 5 monster pages that have like a little pentagram stamped at the top of the page, and it turns out that like 3 of those monsters they've already seen, and they're like, "Oh, there's only 2 left. There's this one's like the changeling, and this one is the
Well, is the changeling
poltergeist or whatever."
Well, no, I don't think the changeling is a part of the 5 because it showed or is it?
I thought it was.
Okay, maybe it was. Maybe I don't know.
It was because they were like, because this is the changeling, but it says that it can control the other monsters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like the schemer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other one is a djinn.
Yeah.
Which if if you guys don't know, just watch Wishmaster.
Right.
It is what's it called? Like a Middle Eastern like a entity or mythological beast or whatever. It's what genies are derived from.
Right.
I know, right? Robin Williams fucked it up for everybody. You know, rest in peace. Rest in peace, voice acting God. Yeah. Or just acting God.
Totally on a side note, I just watched 3,000 Years of Longing, and it was a movie about
Robin Williams?
About a djinn.
Oh.
Idra Elvis is the djinn, and then...
That's a sexy-ass djinn.
Right.
Oh, but he's not evil, though, right?
He is not evil.
He's so, what, like, he became a djinn because of, like, heartbreak or something like that?
Well, like, the whole story is, like, he is trying to convince the girl who rubs the bottle, and it lets him free, to make 3 wishes, because he's like, hey, if you make 3 wishes, then I can go free. That's the lore in this one.
Okay.
Like, if once you make 3 wishes, then I'm free. And she's like, every story I've ever heard about genies, there's always like a trick to the wish making. So I'm not going to make any wishes. And so like the whole movie is like him trying to convince her to make wishes so that he can be free.
Come on, don't you want money?
Yeah.
That's my Idris Elba voice.
Right. And she's like, fine, I want this piece of cheese. I wish I had this piece of cheese. And then she picks it up off the table and eats it. And she's like, one wish. I wish I had a glass of water to wash it down. And she picks up the glass of water, and he's like, no, I have to make you grant you your heart's desire wishes. You can't do that. That's cheating. It doesn't work. Sorry. Okay.
Is this a movie you watched with Teresa?
It was, yeah.
So, what were you gonna say? Something else?
So you just said that.
Oh, yeah.
It just made me think because I had just watched that movie.
No, yeah, I know. Like, I always hear I like to watch those YouTube videos of scary stuff, and then there's always a couple things from the Middle East where they're saying Sorry, I'm trying to remember it, but that's how I remember it sounds. I know I'm not doing it right.
Right.
Sorry, guys. But it's like, yeah, it's like, they always talking about jinns. So jinns are like inherently evil beings. So that's crazy to me. But no, yeah, but it almost kind of looks like a Japanese ghost, like an onryo.
Right, yeah.
Or a yokai. I
Yep.
forgot what it is. I think it's onryo. It's just like the evil one because it's like in a painting that the red dress girl had brought in.
Yes.
And stripper guy opens it.
His strippers open it, and they're like,
He's just opening presents.
Why are you doing that? And he's like, well, she told me to. And he points to the changeling girl.
Yeah, and like, yeah, it's just like it's that part I kind of like enjoyed because she was pretending to be evil so hard that it was so goofy to me.
Yeah.
She's like, "This is my evil face. Oh, I'm evil." But no, so like they do get attacked by the ghost, but they're able to figure it out pretty fast. Like it's kind of a waste, I feel like, to because then like this Jinn.
Right, like you said, it was like a short movie, so like when
very short scene.
They had to introduce the 5 monsters, but then they like didn't quite know what to do with some of them, so they made them like really quick.
That was the more expensive one too, because they had to use CG for the possessions.
Oh, they did, didn't they? Yeah.
But they're able to put her back into the painting, and then they crack the painting.
Yep.
And so that gets rid of it. And then Beth kind of figures it out. There's a map of the house, and there's like, oh, this section of the house is broken, or like not in there. So like it's probably my mom's like secret room.
Right, and she's like, oh, I remember when I was a kid, my dad had this room remodeled, and so like where the furnace is, there used to be a fireplace. Oh, that's where this secret doorway is.
Yeah. And so they try to sneak out, but then this is where Mona kind of like, you know, she brings it out. It's like she's not Mona, she's the shapeshifter, and he's like, well, it's almost midnight anyway, so we can kill you now.
Yep.
And then we find out, like, because in the book there's like a little scratch out, but it's a scratch out where it says on the night of the 18th birthday or something like that.
Yeah.
But they're able to escape Mona. We do find out that Mona is outside and she's kind of running around. You know, that stuff. We do see her later because then like they gear up. They go to the mom's like little weapon room, and of course I was like, oh, there's a tape player. I bet you there's a voice recording of the mom, and then the mom does have a voice recording because she's like, Sophie, if you're listening to this, that means I'm dead.
She didn't say that.
I know, but that's in my head. That's what it was saying.
It was more of her like talking to herself before the baby, but like
it was before
to
the
her baby like in her tummy.
Yeah, she was like, you know, your dad is super excited to have a daughter, but this just means I can't go running into the night anymore fighting monsters. I have to be here, and because you're of a hunter's bloodline, they're gonna come after you too.
Once you turn 18.
But that means, but you won't be alone like I was, or whatever.
Right, yeah. Well, we'll stand side by side to fight the monsters. And
yeah. I mean, maybe there's something more special about her blood. Maybe it's like a long running bloodline, like the Belmonts from Castlevania.
Right, yeah.
By the way, have you seen the new season?
No.
It just came out.
But I've watched up to...
Oh yeah. So yeah, the new season.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a new season. I think it's like a same. It's a different character now though. Different Belmont.
Oh, okay.
Just like the video games.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. This one throws hands. That's what TikTok's been telling me. This one's throw hands. No. So they, you know, she listens to it. She has like a moment and all that stuff, and she's like, well, let's go fucking kill these monsters.
Yeah.
It looks like this is what I was meant to do. So they gear up, you know, Cornello style, or is that his name? From the Shaun of the Dead, the director? Cornello? Wait. No. All right, we looked it up. It's Cornetto trilogy. Yeah, they gear up like that. They're able to save Mona.
Right.
Because she's being chased by the plague doctor, and what did they end up? How did they end up killing him? This is where I get fuzzy because it kind of like it does kind of rush towards this ending.
Chainsaw.
Oh, good old chainsaw.
Yes.
Which I guess is like a like a little love letter to Evil Dead.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so they leave, and it's It's Goth Girl, and she's got like a club. It's Gary.
Oh,
He's got
axe. She has
an
axe. Yeah.
Gary's got a sword, and then she's got the chainsaw.
Yeah.
And then they run into the plague doctor. They fight him. Gary gets knocked out, and then Mona is like, "Oh well, here I'll just take his sword," and they just like leave Gary, and then he.
Yeah, like
he pops up and he's like, "Okay, guys, you're already gone. Okay, I'm coming."
which I was like, what is going? What like? Why is this guy even a character? I guess for Beth. But like,
yeah, but they should have made him. They could have made him funnier.
Yeah.
Or because he wanted to.
He wants to like. He has like a couple cool moments. He's like, "I'm back, Garvin." Or whatever.
Oh, right. Every time somebody says his name, it's wrong.
Yeah, Garrett. It's so dumb, but no. So they end up going into the house. Gary's like, "I gotta pee," which is like another that moment's fine to me. I'm like, okay, cool, funny break moment, you know.
Right.
But then Gary gets he starts to get attacked by a creature in the bathtub, very Slither style.
Yeah.
It's like an amalgamation of all the dead bodies.
Right.
And stripper guys
headed by the Fat Virgin.
Oh yeah, but stripper guys also, and it's like, kill me.
Yep.
Very, what is that? Very Hellblazer or something like that. Oh man, and then Beth ends up what was that? Beth and Mona help Gary out, and then Sophie is like, I'm gonna go kill this bitch.
Yeah.
They have a good old classic monster fight. And, it's funny because like in this whole time, this like in the notes, the mom is like, no weaknesses detected, ?
Yeah.
If you encounter it, just run. But then I was like, why would you say that when you know a chainsaw will do
right. Unlimited damage.
Right.
You've seen enough movies. Nothing stops a chainsaw.
Nothing stops a chainsaw except for running out of gas. Another what's it called? Golden gun is tree mulcher.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Yeah, that thing. You know, Fargo.
Right.
Evil Dead Rises.
The end of what with the Jason movie?
Oh, yeah.
The newest one?
Oh, yeah, the one from 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with Jared Padalecki from Supernatural.
They pulp him up pretty good.
Yeah. Also, I guess Jared Padalecki is also Texas Ranger. I don't think it's done that well though. I think they only got 2 seasons. It's rough. It's rough to do Texas Ranger without Chuck.
Without Chuck Norris, yeah.
The Chuckinator. No, but yeah, she's able to kill the thing, but then she knows, she's like, they'll never stop coming. Neither will I.
Yep.
And then the friends are like, yeah, me too. I was like, no, I'm like, no, tonight was fine. I don't come from a long line of hunters. I think I'll just go into IT. And then the dad comes home and he's like, what the hell happened?
They're like, hey, Dad. They're all like covered with blood. There's dead bodies everywhere. Dead old monster in the middle of the.
I know. At least this time you have the monsters.
That's true.
Oh
yeah.
my God!
Right. She does say that at one point too. That she was like, see, there's monsters. At least I'm not crazy.
Oh, yeah, to Beth, because Beth has always kind of like, you might be crazy, but I'm goth, so whatever.
Right. Yep.
That's how they made her character feel. Oh man, yeah. Oh, you know what would have sucked if the monsters just disintegrated like fucking vampires.
Right, little pile of ash.
Yeah. Like, how are you gonna explain all these dead bodies? Because there's so many kids dead.
Right. Dead cops in the driveway.
Yeah, how do you explain that too,
That's a party that went a little out of control. What did she do for 21? Oh my goodness.
And I didn't watch until the end of the credits. Was there anything?
There was.
Oh, all right. Well, hold on. Pause. Okay, so I just came back from watching the yeah, it's just them 6 months later. You find out that now they're a hunting team.
Right. Yeah, the 3 main girls.
Maybe they're possibly trying to set up for a possible sequel if this movie had garnered more attention. Before we talk about the movie, let's go to our other section. We got high star, low star.
Bum. We got a 10 out of 10 must-see horror film. Book of Monsters has everything a horror fan could want. Good story, great acting, pretty girls, and some sick-ass monsters. They wrote ad. Sick ad monsters. But, yeah. The writing is very funny and smart. Lindsay Crane and Michaela Longden performances are spot on and make this film so much fun. Definitely pick this up and add it to your collection. Sure to be a cult classic.
And then we have 1 out of 10. What a movie. Crying, laughing emoji. Absolute crap of a movie. 1 star for idea for the movie and gore effects. All the rest can be flushed in the toilet. Actors, what a laugh. You can't call that acting. That fat redhead chick who tries to act as a duchess. Jesus. OMFG, so lame, so sad. In what universe that... Okay, she's not that fat, dude. I'm not gonna say it again. Acting, so slow, so bad. Dear director, please don't make any movies. Over and out. All right. She was a normal person. She wasn't. Yeah, she wasn't fat at all. Okay, so let's talk about. Well, here, like Colby's a pretty positive person, so I'll always let him do the positive parts of this movie.
I enjoyed it. Like, I love the practical effects. It was a lot of. They were able to do a lot of blood without it being like.
Yeah, like Japanese Tokyo Gore Police blood splatter.
Right, without being like that, yeah. And, you know, the like I said, I love the Power Ranger kind of monster suits. I thought just overall, I thought it was fun movie.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, and so I'll be the old puppet guy from Muppets. I'll be the more negative one.
The one sitting up in the balcony.
Yeah. So like, as much as I do love like just cult B horror films and all that stuff, there's lulls in the story, which I guess like it's a very full moon type of situation where they have the lulls in the story to really pad out the time. Right. Because then like. In my head too, like it never stops. Like the wheels never stop going. Where it's like, well, why are they just hanging out here? Like, it's like there's why there. Okay, there are monsters in the room. There should be a lot of action happening. But some of the dialogue is like it's with this dialogue you have to sell it because it's so cheesy. But it kind of almost seems a little forced at some points, or it's just like that the delivery didn't work for me. So it's just small stuff like that because it's like I love bad movies. It's like movies that are so bad that it's good. Definitely, like I would say Sharknado is a really bad movie. Kobe might not, but it's so bad it's good, right?
Right. Yes.
And those are the points of the movie where if you're gonna do a movie like this. You're kind of strict on budget, so you maybe just have your friends do it,
right? Yeah,
which I feel like a lot of indie films just have. They have their friends do it, and it's just like
I always kind of make the joke that it's like like a college film class because in there you've got a bunch of people who are like, yeah, I'm willing to act.
Yeah. Oh, this will get me into IMDb? Sure.
Right, exactly, yeah. I can put this on my resume.
Exactly, which is cool, But I love that too because then you get really hammy actors like that guy can't act, but he's delivering this line so funny. Yeah. Which is like the stripper guy for me.
Right.
And I do like the moments with Gary because you're like, what is he doing there? And he's almost just like a punchline for everything. Uh-huh. And it's just like it's very like subverting like horror tropes where like the guy is like the almost like the damsel in distress pretty much,
right?
Because he gets saved like twice.
Oh, at least, yeah.
Which explains why he also wasn't in the mid-credit scene because he's Beth's boyfriend, I presume, because they do make out at the end,
right? Yep.
And so so like those are the parts that kind of don't work for me, but like. off the practical effects alone, and like I do like the plot of the story where it's like, especially like in Europe, it's like it's old country, old world situations, right?
Yeah.
Where they have like, they have all these lores, all these mythologies. I'm pretty sure like everything from like what vampires, werewolves, that all came from Europe.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because like in America, it's like what Wendigos. That's how I like to say it. Wendigos, skinwalkers. That's like I think Native American lore.
Right. Yep.
And all that stuff. So like those are like two very different things. And that's what really worked for me in this movie is just like the setup for the story was I feel like fine, really good.
Right. Yeah.
The practical effects, obviously, you guys already know. Like, it's good and bad. There's good portions where like, wow, that was really good. Like the carving of the pentagram on the Virgin dude's thing.
Yeah, that was super impressive. For low budget special effects.
Because like I didn't want to look at it because I was like, ooh, that. Why would you stay there for that?
Right, and it wasn't just like, hey, I've got like the paint pen hidden behind my finger. I'm going to draw like a pen. With like from certain angles, like you could see the indent in his chest. It was
good, yeah. There was another CG one where that guy's head popped. That one was a pretty quick cut because it was kind of bad.
Was it CG?
Yeah, that one was CG.
Oh, okay.
It was definitely CG. But I was like, oh, they know where to quick cut.
Right.
They showed the explosion and cut away from it right away. I actually would have really loved the Tokyo Gore Police type of blood splatter. Because I'm like, well, this movie is like kind of low budget, but so we got to make this work. So we just pour more blood on shit.
That's true. Yeah. Sometimes you can get away with that. It's
Because there's always a couple movies like that are just like by the end of the movie they're just covered in blood,
buckets of blood.
And I feel like I 100% know the actors hate it because that corn syrup, that shit has to be so fucking sticky. You're like, oh, it's sticky everywhere. I hate it when like my neck gets sweaty. It's not like when you're like working.
Yep.
I do yard work and stuff, and then when you come back inside.
Yep.
The AC's going. You're like you're finally fine, but then like your neck still feels like
a little sticky. Yeah.
It's the most uncomfortable feeling. So yeah, that's really only the parts I would say is like I wish the dialogue. If you're not really strong with dialogue, just make it more hammy.
Right.
Just ham it up. Just like watch like early 90s horror films like not Nightcrawlers, but what is that one movie where it was like the village of like beast people? I know you know this. So I was talking about the movie Sleepwalkers.
It was a Stephen King story.
Yeah, Steve. Or like take what's it called? Take cues from freaking Creepshow. Pretty campy, pretty hammy, and I think that's where you're gonna find your audience.
Right. Yeah. And you definitely get a audience. There's a small group of people who are into like watching these like low budget films. Like me, I thought this was like a ton of fun. But I always kind of make the distinction. There's a definition between a good movie, or there's a difference sometimes between a good movie and an entertaining movie.
Yeah.
And then I would rather it be entertaining than like good, because sometimes you get a good movie, but that's like slow. It's got boring spots. If you take those out and you just you have something that's always keeping you engaged, doesn't necessarily have to be acted well or. Special effects don't have to be great.
Yeah, definitely. And then, and especially with like when people have like lower budgets, they tend to be a lot more creative with some of the things that they have to do. Like Sam Raimi with the whole what's it called? The camera in the forest.
Right.
Yeah,
right. And I feel like that's how he became such a name. And that how the Evil Dead movies became so big because he was able to take those that camera angles and the shadows and the and that kind of stuff, and really,
Yeah, the camera angle. Yeah, like the up close, like what with Bruce Campbell's up close shots all the time.
right.
Those have to be like one of the most famous up close like face shots in cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like you really have to I just take chances.
Yep.
Take chances with all that stuff. Because I could really, when I watched this trailer, I was like super excited about it. I was like, this is gonna be like horror schlock. This is gonna be so bad it's so good. And then like that's really the only parts that really disappointed me is like there's too many moments where it's a dull.
Yeah.
Where they're kind of like, and like I'm fine with the moments that they had where it was like kind of dull. But then it's also like they were like in the middle of danger.
Right. And there was never like, I guess, except for like the little part where they were climbing through the tube from the house to the secret lair, where there was no place where there was like really suspense.
Yeah.
Where that could have been an easy thing where you just had like the monster like disappeared, and then it was like they're hiding behind the couch, and there could have been a where did it go? What are we going to do? How do we get out of here?
See that portion, which was really strange to me, that they had like a metal, like Die Hard crawl space situation going on.
Right.
I was like, what kind of house has this? That would have been a perfect time to have those demonic gnomes. Because they're small enough, they could have been like running.
Yes.
And you could have had some fight in there. That would have been a perfect moment for those things to like shine,
right?
Because that's where like you take some of the domos you have in this film and you just add a little bit to it, and it's like now it's informative and it's suspenseful,
right?
And then so like it's just small. I don't know if this is like this director's like first movie, like we said. Like Kobe says, it feels like a college movie. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely I hope in the future maybe he does a little bit more. He takes more things like that. Oh, he has another one. Pause. Oh, well, I didn't say anything gay, but I guess that's the new homo, like no homo. But hold on. Okay, so I had to check, but it looks like they're not a continuation or a sequel of this movie, but maybe a movie that's a part of the same universe.
The same girl?
Same girl, but different name.
Different name.
Her name is Jamie in this one, and
maybe
it's not
she just
Sophie.
changed it because she was found in a house with 24 dead bodies.
Oh no, because remember we got the 6 months later.
Right.
Yeah, so maybe it's same universe, just the same actresses. But looks like it's a sequel. On IMDb, it is rated a little bit higher.
Right, and it looks like it has a little bit more of a budget.
Yeah, 3 stars higher.
Right, like they actually did some casting.
I still saw some of the same actresses though.
Oh,
But,
okay.
hey, maybe it's like a Cornetto.
Right.
Edgar Wright thing, Nick Frost, Simon Pegg.
I don't know. I'm excited about it though.
Yeah, I'm so excited to watch it. So, we almost talked the same length as this movie. Not really much left to say, but I even though I had a lot of negative things to say, if this is like in your wheelhouse, it's definitely worth a watch.
Right. Yep.
Because the monsters like. The one thing I would say is like, okay, we joked about how the monsters kind of look like Power Ranger villains, but like the monsters from Psycho Gorman also look like Power Ranger villains.
Right, and that's part of what I love about that.
See, and that one really hams it up.
Yeah.
And that's what made that one so enjoyable, because first you have a friggin' entity that keeps wanting to kill things. Psycho Gorman. But the How to Kill Monsters that just got released in 2023 in August, that one definitely looks like it's really hammed it up.
Yep.
And I'm excited.
Oh yeah, definitely
Excited to watch that. But yeah, even though I said all the negative stuff, I definitely still think it's worth a watch if you're a huge fan of like Evil Dead.
And this is a great Halloween season movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fits all the criteria.
Yeah.
And it's story's not complicated enough. You could throw it in the background if you had a few people over and you're making
for like a Halloween party.
Yeah, something's going on.
You have a Halloween playlist that you guys have gotten from, I don't know, maybe our TikTok and our YouTube channel.
Right. There's probably 31 movies on there that you could watch.
Oh man, maybe get a Shudder account. Maybe Shudder sponsors us. I don't know.
And this was on. I watched it on Tubi, but I did also notice that it was on YouTube, free with ads.
Yeah, so definitely it's super accessible to watch and all that stuff. And honestly, yeah, if How to Kill Monsters is better. And then, well, hold on. Before I get into talking about this, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out our other months down below. We have things like Space Month. We have Robert Pattinson Month.
We have a month about libraries. We have a Stephen King month. And those all go with this, with the Halloween season. And every year we do a Halloween. So you could run back each year for the last 3 seasons and pick up a bunch of Halloween movies that we've reviewed.
Exactly. And, you never know, man. Maybe one year we'll just do a whole year of just horror films. That would be kind of be fun. That would actually be really fun. I think horror films have the biggest... I think they have to have the biggest library of movies.
Oh, yeah.
Horror films.
Right.
Oh, that one...
Because if you make a horror movie and it doesn't really work... It still kind of works. Yeah. But like you try to make a comedy movie and it doesn't work, it just flops.
It's just not funny.
Yeah.
That's hard.
You try to make a drama that doesn't work, it's just super boring.
Yeah. It's just like yawn. But horror, it's hard. It's easy and hard to go wrong with horror just because hey, just throw in a couple cool kills.
Right.
And then it works.
Yeah. It's hard to make a really good horror movie.
Yeah.
But that middle of the road, that there's a lot. It gives you a wide berth. It's hard to make a really bad horror movie.
They're out there though.
Oh well, yeah. Yeah, they are.
But if this is the first time you guys...
The Vivitch. Oh my God.
A lot of people love that movie, though.
So many people, and I love everything. If you listen to these, I'm always I find something good in every bad movie. That movie that was not my cup of tea.
Yeah, that was just the start of the slow burns, you know what I mean?
But Midsommar was slow burn, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, to me it was kind of mids.
But because I heard a lot of people talk that you had to see it, but I went into it 100% blind, not knowing at all what was gonna.
Oh yeah, I think because I'd already watched Hereditary, I knew the style of the director, so I was just like, oh, this might be kind of because Hereditary, it's I don't know, for me, slow burn just doesn't work for me. I think it's just people kept talking about the Babadook, and I was like, no, it was okay.
It's a style that's I think has been that was easy to overdo.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, it's just the pacing is also pretty difficult to nail for slow burns. I mean, I'm not saying slow burns aren't good. There's probably one I did like, and I was like, oh, that was a slow burn that was actually pretty enjoyable. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but I can give you 5 B movie, Jason 1 through 5.
Right. Yeah.
Jason fights a telekinetic one in one of them. I think it was 7.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yes.
Oh man, but if this is the first time you guys are joining us, we have our reviews in 4 different sections. We have Stream It, DVD It, Blu-ray It, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Colby, where are you at for this one?
I probably not gonna Blu-ray this one because you would get. I don't see anything extra on Blu-ray.
but see, this is where I'm at though, right? Because if you have How to Kill Monsters. If you release a third one, it might be an easy collection pickup.
Yes. Yeah, I would. Yeah, if we got 3, even 3 that were this quality, this budget, I would pick up a box set.
Yeah, as a standalone, you can make the case for DVD. I think you were gonna go DVD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, it's a stream, just because the dull parts really are what kind of took me out of the movie, which is like the worst thing for me is like when I get taken out of a movie,
Right.
and I feel like I could do something else right now, which is like the shitty part. I was like, I really hated that part. But yeah, if I watch How to Kill Monsters and it's good, and then you come out with another one, like monsters, I don't know, Armageddon or whatever,
Yeah.
for the third movie. Oh, I definitely pick it up. I'd pick it up all three, just for the practical effects, because we just before we got back onto the episode, me and Kobe just watched the trailer for How to Kill Monsters.
Yeah.
They still have, they have a little bit more of a budget. Looks like they have a little CG in there, but monster-wise, still very much Power Ranger costumes.
Right, and it looks like it's like a little bit of actual casting. It's not just like, hey, grab your friends and bring them over. We're making a movie.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. That's where I stand. As a standalone, probably just a stream. Just catch it on Tubi or YouTube.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, it really is.
But Kobe, you're old school. You're analog. You know what I mean?
In my head, I was like, this movie was bad enough that the actors, like the four main girls, would probably show up at conventions pushing this movie.
Oh, I get it.
And it would, like,
there.
if I had a physical like DVD, I could like go get them signed.
Yeah, no, like if they're like, I feel like they would have like a box.
Oh yeah,
like they would be selling it. If that was the case, I'd pick up the copy with the autographs. 100%.
And weirdly, the art for the cover,
it's so good.
It's really good. I'd t-shirt that.
Yeah, the art for both.
Yeah,
like it's so good. It's classic, like 80s movie poster.
Right. Yeah.
70s, 80s. So good. All right. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out our links down below. We have our Amazon affiliate links down there. You guys are going to go shop anyway, so you might as well help out the channel.
Yeah, and follow all our socials, our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, our YouTube, our TikTok. We're pushing the TikTok for the 31 days of Halloween.
Yeah. But thank you guys for joining us. My name is Ray.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check it out as a theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music Podcast 3, and her Bandcamp is down below.
And then don't forget about a bonus 5th week Halloween movie podcast next week. Thank you.